Tom from Tom's Meets the Press, and I'm with Dan Schroeder today. And Dan, we are standing by that third floor up there. You spent a lot of time in the old study hall. What do you remember about those days when you did study hall up there? What was the concept then of study hall in this building? What were they trying to do?
Study hall there gave the students an hour to actually come and get their homework done, and it was a serious situation. It was a deal where, they were to be quiet, they were to read, they were to write, whatever they needed to do to get their homework done. They were given the opportunity, and it was a structured study class.
And your responsibility was to do what up on that? He's up on the third floor. You guys see that big hole up there? That's where the third floor study hall. And how many kids would go in there at a time, Dan?
Anywhere from 30, 40 to 100 in one classroom.
In one big classroom.
Yeah, it was a lot of desks, many rows, and really deep. I remember that. And you tried to get them in there, and back then things were a little bit more disciplined because of
wait a minute, you guys. He's talking about discipline, Dan, and you hear what he said. They went up there to study. Dan, what was really going on up with those 100 kids?
Oh, they were probably getting dates, and they were probably planning their out-of-school activities. And
a lot of note passing?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Things are a little different. There wasn't such a thing as a cell phone or anything like that. So it was, and by and large, the kids were pretty darn good.
So let's rewind a little bit, Danny. What's your first memory here? Now, you were a graduate of Perm Tuckapon.
Yeah, I was a graduate of Perm in 1978, but when I first started school in kindergarten in 65, I believe, would have been the fall of 65.
Okay.
I'm seeing they're tearing it down right over here now, and that's for the kindergarten class. So I went through classes from kindergarten all the way through senior high through 12th grade in the same building.
Dan, how do you feel emotionally about what you see here?
Well, it brings back a lot. It brings back a lot of memories. Emotionally, I don't feel bad because I understand the progress that needs to have it taken down. And we didn't want to let it sit here and decay, and also the asbestos or anything else that was in the building. But emotionally, I'm all right with that because I think the progress is a good thing.
Now, Dan has been head of Chamber of Commerce for how many years here, Dan?
Well, I'm starting year 15.
15, and so he's got a little bit of a different perspective on the school. Why, people are asking the question, Dan, why did the building have to go? You guys spent a lot of time trying to find business plans to make this work. Why didn't it work, Dan?
Well, they did because they ran numbers. They looked at all the things that needed to be done to an old building like this. Some of the newer stuff, yeah, but it was too small. But they ran a lot of numbers, and it just wouldn't have been feasible to redo the thing that they needed to do to get the specs in order to put in housing or put in businesses or whatever. So those numbers just didn't add up for that person that wanted to do that.
And what Dad means by that, it didn't add up. You have a business, this would end up a business, it's got a cash flow, right?
It does, yeah. That too much overhead, you aren't cash flowing.
And you guys, you had a lot of wonderful ideas, didn't you?
Oh, they did. There was a group that did it, and there were a lot of civic leaders that were involved, but it just didn't cash, and they're doing the right thing in my perspective, that they need to go on, and they'll make something of it eventually.
So as we finish this up, Dan, stand a little bit closer to the camera. What's one real precious memory you're going to have of this place?
Just all the years I was here, and as I was watching them tear it down, the younger I was, the more memories I had, it seemed like, because that's kind of what molded you as you went on. And then the people that were involved, they brought back memories of the people, my teachers and aides and principals and coaches and things like that. And I think that's the memories that I'll take out of it.
So, last question, Dan. What is this site destined to become, you think?
Well, as I talked to the city manager the other day, and right now they don't know exactly. They're going to get it cleaned up, maybe put some grass in and make it look good for now. Of course, the west end is going to be repurposed, and it's going to look gorgeous. But we'll see what happens. I think that's all up in the air for a while yet.
What do you mean by the west end, Dan?
Well, the auditorium,
okay,
the old gymnasium, Howard Gymnasium, down to the music room, down to the shops, ag rooms, and the locker rooms. They're all going to be repurposed for Boys and Girl Club. It's called the Hub. There's some other things that are going in there as well. It's going to be nice.
Okay. If they have questions about what's going on, what's the best go-to person? Is it the school district, you suppose?
You could talk to Mitch Anderson, but actually now I think as they tear this down, the city will be owning it. So John Smith, our city manager, would probably have most of the answers.
All right. Well, you guys, thanks a lot for watching these videos. And Dan, as we look at this building here, middle part there, that used to be Toscowan's office when I was there.
I remember when I first was in grade school, it was on the bottom level of your town.
Yep.
They had the athletic director office on that steps right down in that window there. And I remember
That bottom floor where they
remember
tore a
Ted.
hole. Yep, I
Yes.
remember that.
He was a large figure when I was in elementary school.
He was a large figure for all of us. Dan,
Yeah.
thanks a lot for doing this video. All you guys, thanks for joining us here on this Tom Meets the Community. Any questions, give me a call, 367-2503. And if you want to do a video of this school as we're tearing it down, give me a call. Thanks a lot, you guys. Bye-bye. Thank you, Dan.
Yep, thank you.
Let's make sure we got it.
I hope that recorded. That was